This is BBC Radio Leicester.
To serve local people, to promote their interests, to promote their prosperity, to inform them what was going on in their neighbourhood, to be a forum for the discussion of their problems, in every way to help the local community and to make local life more interesting and to enrich the standard, the quality of life locally. That was what I wanted local radio to do, and I felt that there was a very great need in Britain for that kind of service.
Good afternoon from Radio Leicester, broadcasting on 95.05 VHF. Here is the Postmaster General, the Right Honourable Edward Short.
This is the first hometown radio station in Britain. It opens a new and, I think, exciting chapter in the story of British radio.
This is BBC Radio Sheffield on 88.6 VHF. Good morning.
This is BBC Radio Stoke-on-Trent.
Radio Nottingham on VHF 94.8 and Rediffusion Channel C. Remember our slogan, tune in and listen, come in and take part.
Radio Merseyside, station where good things happen, swinging sounds of now. Radio Merseyside.
This is BBC Radio Derby on 96.5 megahertz VHF, broadcasting to Derby, Derbyshire and South East Staffordshire. It's 10 to 6.
This is Radio London, 206 medium wave and 94.9 VHF.
Thinking 206 the place to be. You can hear the sounds of sunshine, Radio London, BBC.
Good morning to you, this is Pete Simpkin welcoming you to local broadcasting on BBC Radio Birmingham on this Tuesday morning, December the 18th. And reassuring you that this really is BBC Radio Birmingham, despite the shipping forecast, which was carried because our long-wave transmitter at Droitwich has suffered from the gales. Time just after 6:30.
Heart of the Nation on BBC Radio Birmingham.
Radio Bristol on 194. Radio Northampton on 1107. The sound of the island. Jersey 292. That leads the way, BBC Radio Merseyside.
From the hills of Kent to Henley and Arden, from the Black Country to Leamington Spa, all of the people are getting together, 'cause WM's where you are. BBC Radio York.
Broadcasting from our studios situated at St Helens Street, Derby, this is your local radio station, Radio Derby. On 269 metres medium wave, that's 1116 kilohertz, and on 96.5 and 94.2 megahertz VHF.
This is BBC Cleveland, broadcasting on 96.6 VHF, 1548 kilohertz, that's 194 metres on the medium wave band, to Cleveland, North Yorkshire and South Durham.
We'd like to remind you that the Community Health and Education Project on the Coombe Valley Road Industrial Estate in Dover has free blankets.
6:25 across the moors and the tors, the valleys and the islands. It's BBC Radio Cornwall on medium waves and VHF. This is BBC Radio Newcastle.
A workman has been rushed to Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge.
No problems reported on the buses, trains or at the airports, so that's the WM Travel News.
This is the library van rota for today, the 9th of July. The Elverson van will be at Gouthwaite, Lowick, Blowith and Torver this morning.
With the exceptionally high tides expected around the Norfolk coast in the next hour or so, the emergency services are on full alert.
This is BBC Radio Oxford.
Well, it's time now for our regular monthly Happy Families feature, when we at BBC Essex try and put children in care in Essex in touch with new mums and dads.
The 10-inch water main which burst this morning at Munford and at Weeting near Thetford will now be mended at 7 p.m.
Oh, by the way, the tide times. High water on the river Tees, 9:47 this morning. Low water, 3:37. 5 to 8. Time for Idiot Trivia. Kevin Kinghorn, how are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Great, thanks.
Okay, Idiot Trivia, here we go. The question is, what time will you see the news at 10?
10 o'clock.
Oh, yes!
Across West Yorkshire, BBC Radio Leeds, Radio Cumbria, in the north of the county. Greatest hits, greatest memories. BBC GMR.
Mid-morning music and news with Claire Catford. Parkland's Radio.
You're one of the family with BBC Radio Stoke.
Lancashire Police are to get thousands of pounds to spend on equipment for its drug squads. Well, those are the headlines. We'll have sports news in a moment, but first here's the weather with Dave Partington.
I'm afraid we can't go to Dave Partington. We'll go to him in a moment.
Radio Lancashire Sport from the BBC.
And we start with cricket. England's batsmen have struggled on the rain.
Lancashire Tonight with Gary Hickson.
Radio Lancashire.
colourful and lively. That's CWR and the new CWR car stickers. Whether your car is new or old, it'll appreciate the addition of the CWR sticker. Let everyone else know you're a CWR listener. Give them to your friends. They're free and available now. Call into BBC CWR reception at 25 Warwick Road in Coventry or to the CWR studio at the West Orchard Shopping Centre. You can also write enclosing a large self-addressed stamped envelope to BBC CWR, 25 Warwick Road, Coventry, CV1 2WR. That's BBC CWR, 25 Warwick Road, Coventry, CV1 2WR. Colour for the summer for your car from CWR.
Yes, they're free and available now. The CWR presenters, that is.
Start your day with CWR. CWR.
104.2 and 103.6 BBC Northampton. For the latest news, people's views, and conversation, we're your station. Radio Lincolnshire, 94.9.
BBC News on the hour from Radio Humberside. At the news desk, Michael Lund.
Talkback on BBC Radio Leicester with John Florence.
BBC Radio Cleveland, 95 FM.
BBC Southern Counties Radio. It's your voice.
BBC Radio Cornwall.
The BBC must be close to the vast majority of citizens and reflect the totality of their lives. The pioneering introduction of local radio in England proved to be one of the outstanding developments in British broadcasting in the last 30 years. And at this time of anniversary celebration, those of us who were in at the start of this great venture salute all the BBC local stations with sincere pride in your very notable achievements. I say cordial congratulations to BBC Local Radio and every good wish for the decades of service ahead.